The marijuana industry is one of the fastest growing in the country. Medicinal use now legal in more than half of the states. But will the Trump White House put up some roadblocks to further legalization? Kate Rogers reports from Oxon Hill, Maryland.
With a new and potentially less friendly administration at the helm in Washington, the marijuana industry is wondering what the future holds. Investors, regulators, and entrepreneurs gathered in Oxon Hill, Maryland this week for the Marijuana Business Daily Conference and Expo. The issue on everyone's mind, will the Trump administration hinder the cannabis industry's record growth? Both Attorney General Jeff Sessions and Press Secretary Sean Spicer have signaled the potential for tougher regulation on the drug, which is still considered illegal by the federal government.
The noise that we're hearing from Washington, D.C. is going to stifle growth. It's probably going to slow down medical states and prevent people from gaining access to cannabis as a plant medicine. I think they're doing the cannabis industry and the citizens of the United States a great disservice.
Right now, cannabis is legal for recreational use in 8 states and Washington, D.C. Meanwhile, medicinal cannabis is legal in more than half the country. Retail sales are projected to hit between $6 and $7.5 billion in 2017. And what's more, Marijuana Business Daily projects the entire cannabis industry will have an economic impact of some $68 billion by the year 2021. But for entrepreneurs, there are still major hurdles, from taxation regulations to finding and keeping banking relationships, forcing many to operate on cash alone. Cannabis businesses often struggle to find banks willing to work with them, as many financial institutions are fearful of running afoul of federal law.
What the banks need to hear from this administration is that they are continue to respect and adhere to the policies that are already in place that lay out a path for how banks can permissively bank this space.
Even with unknowns ahead, some marijuana advocates are hopeful legalization will continue and financial progress will follow.
I've worked on this issue for decades all over the country. I've never met a single person that thinks there's any good purpose for forcing this industry to be conducted on an all-cash basis. If you care about money laundering, tax evasion, robbery, it's insane. And I think we're positioned that we can take care of this even while we're dealing with larger issues of legalization.
For Nightly Business Report, Kate Rogers, Oxon Hill, Maryland.